quite unwell, suffers acute effects no matter where she goes, lives in Dublin 8 but travels up and down to Tipperary where she has relatives, feels quite ill down there, but as she is with relatives there is some consolation. Has sought medical treatment in the UK, back and over, and making journeys to and fro in an effort to get some solution for her health problems. She shows some small improvement when she's there, but seems to deteriorate when she comes back. At present, life is extremely distressing for her. Other members of her family in Tipperary are also unwell. Next one are Rosemary and Pat down in Kilbride in County Wicklow. Ever since the erection of 3.5 years ago of a telecommunications mast and a base station 100 metres from my home at Ballard, Upper Kilbride, County Wicklow, have experienced serious adverse health effects. These adverse health effects include restless and disruptive sleep patterns, hot red faces, digestive problems, numbness in my limbs, pins and needles, and inability to concentrate, especially in one of our children. Our energy levels have also been depleted. Initially, I had to leave my home and take rented accommodation for 3 months. Upon my return, I bought a very expensive mesh curtain specially designed to block the radiation. While this has helped in my own case, it is a very abnormal lifestyle. Put simply, the rest of our lives are ruined. We hate going back to the home we strive so hard to build, and our worries for the future haunt our lives. Next is Miss Kilroy from County Kerry. She is she has endured great distress due to poor health for over 10 years. Sought medical help to no avail. By trial and error, she found that she felt well in some locations and not in others. She is a violinist with one of the London orchestras, and she had to give that up. When she discovered the source of her problem, she and her husband initiated plans to move and are in the process of repairing and restoring an old house out near the coast in Kerry. Margaret felt quite well in her home in County Kilkenny, ongoing headaches and energy loss, poor concentration and general malaise. A mast was clearly visible about 1.5 kilometres from her house. Power density levels in the area were over 3 times the average on one occasion when I visited. Now, I have a couple of others here. Dennis and Eileen down in County Laois, husband and wife both felt unwell, disturbed sleep, continual headaches, general malaise, mast approximately 1 kilometre from the home. Mr. Ryan John, who is here, he and his family have suffered since a mast was erected 250 metres from the family home. He will give an update on that in a moment. He's had to leave home regularly, especially at night, in order to get some sleep. Could only work for short periods at a time at home. His case has been well documented in the media for over 2 years. This is a kind of nightmare scenario that no one would welcome. His neighbour also reported adverse health effects and sent a letter here on that note. The next is John, who is here also, John Cummins. Again, serious adverse health effects on family members and disruption to family life. Ongoing suffering when in the home. He notices an improvement in some locations. Generally has a poor quality of life as there is no prediction as to what one will encounter from day to day. And this is one of the disturbing aspects of it. You don't know what you're going to meet around the corner. Imelda, who is in Cork but couldn't come today, has been suffering from electrical sensitivity for more than 15 years. Her first experience with radiation effects were in the US. She experiences a variety of symptoms: pains in the thyroid area, palpitations, sizzling in the ears, pins and needles, jabbing pain in the outer ear, short circuits in the brain, and also experiences shocks. Some parts of the body are more affected than others. Sometimes wearing a tight aluminium type helmet helps to cut out some of the symptoms. Quality of life is generally poor. And Dorothy in County Cork also, another lady who has a reduced quality of life, experiences a lot of discomfort, would dearly welcome a consistent radiation-free environment. And we have Holly here beside us. Holly, by my right here. Holly has had the same experiences roughly as Margaret Cousins. She has had 4 masts now surrounding her, and she's right in the middle. And I have been up to see Holly and have experienced the same symptoms as she has. Life is pure hell. She'll tell you probably a little bit more about her own story. Eddie has Eddie is here behind me. He's had major problems with the mobile phones and has been to see an ear surgeon and an eye surgeon who agrees with him that it's possibly the phone that's causing the problem. John Prendergast.
Mr. Culver, if we intend to stay within 20 minutes, I'm going to have to ask you.
I'll be finished now. Just 1 minute.